What's up, and welcome to another episode of Gizmo Slip Tech. Today we're taking a look at the Acer Nitro V16 AI and V17 AI. Currently, the 17-inch is rotating on the turntable, and the 16-inch is in the right there, right behind. Now, these are going to feature the Ryzen AI 7 350 8-core 16-thread processor or the Ryzen AI 5 340 6-core 12-thread. These are going to be a little bit more budget-friendly, but still very capable of day-to-day tasks and minor video editing and other types of high levels of productivity. It's just not going to get the task done quite as fast because it's not as many cores and threads. And of course, for gaming, this isn't going to be the highest clocked, biggest cached chips on the market. So you're still going to be able to play plenty of games, especially when paired with an RTX 4050 GPU, which is what is currently being sold with these laptops. Now, it's very, very likely, I think, that we're going to see other more budget-friendly GPUs put in these whenever they do come out from NVIDIA. Of course, you know, these are like the budget lineup for Acer. So the goal here is to give you great value, to be able to play games hopefully on high to ultra settings at reasonable frame rates. You're probably not going to be getting 120, 200 FPS like you would with a 5090, but maybe you can get 60 FPS on good settings in the modern games. So that's going to be kind of the goal of these laptops, providing a good enough gaming experience while still having reasonable build quality and good overall user functionality with the device itself. And so some premium features that these do have is USB 4 for the Type-C port, which is going to give you good expandability, docking support, and display support. We also have some nice displays. There will be a 2560 by 1440p panel option, so 16 by 9, with 100% P3 color gamut for the 17-inch. And for the 16-inch, there will be a QHD Plus panel just like that, but it'll be only 100% sRGB. But the 16-inch will be 400 nits, the 17-inch will be 300 nits, so it's kind of a give and take, but still some very nice panels. Now, the lower end price specs, the ones that come with the cheaper panels, will be Full HD, 180 hertz. I'll go ahead and show you the spec sheet so you can fully understand. So the 17 is going to come with a QHD or a Full HD. The QHD will be a little bit slower response rate, and the 17-inch is going to be 300 nits on both displays. So overall, those panels will still be quite decent for gaming, just not as bright as the 16-inch. The 16-inch can go up to 400 nits brightness. So you're going to have a little bit easier time seeing the 16-inch display. So the display size as well as the display quality are the two main factors. So when it comes to video editing, Photoshop, that kind of work, I would probably recommend people to go for the 17-inch QHD display that'll have 100% P3 color gamut, because that'll give you better color space for working in whatever projects you're in, or if you just really like to see your games with a really colorful display. The 100% sRGB displays for all the rest of them are going to still be very good, except for the lowest quality display on the 16AI. That's only 45% NTSC and 300 nits. And so that one, that's not very good color gamut. And so if you want a higher color gamut display and a brighter display, I would say to make sure you focus on getting the higher quality 180 hertz when it comes to the 16-inch panel. You can see the lower quality one is 165 hertz. So that's the one way you can know about the display quality when purchasing one of these laptops, especially the 16-inch. So now these do have two M.2 slots in here of PCIe Gen 4 and Windows Hello, a 2-speaker system. And let's go ahead and go over the ports really quick. On the right side, we have two USB-A 3.2s and a fan exhaust, as well as the status LED lights. On the rear of the device, we have our power plug, and HDMI 2.1, and then our USB 4 plug, as well as two more fan exhausts. So we have at least two fans in this device, and so we should also be able to hit a little bit higher TDPs and hopefully have good performance with that GPU as well. On the left side, we have our Kensington lock port, another fan exhaust, and then an Ethernet facing down, USB-A 3.2, micro SD card slot, and a headset port. And plastic trackpads and more of a mesh keyboard feel on here. It'll still work just fine, but just know that it's got that more mesh feel. We do have that Copilot Plus button, and these do have the AI chips with the new Ryzen AI 7 and AI 5, which means they meet the minimum standard to be able to run Copilot on a Windows laptop. So that's nice. And of course, with the Copilot Plus and the AI, we also get the Windows Hello as well. So I really like that so many of the laptops have the Windows Hello, which is kind of being kind of pushed in there with the Copilot Plus PCs, which is like a nice bundling, I guess, of premium features, especially if these ever go on sale like for really, really good prices, because it's really rare to see budget laptops with Windows Hello. So that's a nice new trend. Now, on the internals, we have a 76 watt-hour battery, Wi-Fi 6E, Ethernet 2600, E2600, Bluetooth 5.3, and the 17 inch is going to weigh 3 kilograms. The 16 inch is going to weigh 2.43 kilograms. Overall, I think these are promising laptops. Got to actually test them and see how they perform. And you got to see the actual real world pricing. You know, when they first come out, they might be priced a little bit on the higher end, especially considering if they come with a 4050 GPU. So I'm really hoping that they have very competitive pricing, especially with the 4050 series now being the last gen series, with 5000 series being the new gen series. And like I said, it's very likely that we're going to see newer budget laptops from NVIDIA later this year, probably in June, July timeframe, around Computex, I imagine. So there probably will be more laptops with those GPUs in it. And this is definitely one of the laptops that Acer probably would be targeting to put a 5060 or 5050 in at some point down the line. So, so that's the overview for the Nitro V17 AI and V16 AI. I think, like I said, I think they're very promising. All comes down to price to performance and what kind of TDP we get from the GPUs, and then how much they cost. And then I'll be able to recommend them, find a price point that I think is a good price point where they're worth buying versus the competition. And then we got to actually see what prices Acer and retailers actually sell them for. So that's my thoughts. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next one. Brandon, out.